And ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Australian Indian Radio. And today we have the pleasure and privilege of having the divine presence of Pujya Swami Swaroopananda Ji here with us. So, today in a life which is rife with skepticism and confusion about all things spiritual, Pujya Swami Swaroopananda Ji is a rare voice that blends authenticity with accessibility, theory with self-practice, logic with heart. Formerly the regional head of Chinmaya Mission Australia, United Kingdom, Middle East, Africa, Far East, and presently the Chancellor of Chinmaya Viswa Vidyapeeth Trust, which is the University for Sanskrit and Indic Tradition, and Chairman of Chinmaya International Residential School in Coimbatore, South India. Pujya Swami Swaroopananda Ji has now been bestowed by Guruji Swami Tejamay Ananda the privilege to serve as the head of Chinmaya Mission worldwide. Pujya Swamiji has authored several commentaries on such important spiritual classics as Ek Omkar, Mahamrityunjaya Mantra, and Sankat Mochan, besides numerous books on contemporary lifestyle such as Simplicity and Meditation, Storm to Perform, Avatar, Managing the Manager, and Journey into Health. So today we are so fortunate to have His divine presence here with us, connecting via a video link to Australian Indian Radio's live feed. So Hari Om Swamiji, welcome to the show.
Namaste and greetings to all of you.
Swamiji, today when we look at Chinmaya Mission, I know there will be many people and many of our listeners who would probably like to know about Chinmaya Mission and a little bit about its background, its formation, and how it came to Australia.
The very word Chinmaya means awareness. It is the awareness of our own true nature and our oneness with the entire creation. In our ancient knowledge systems, dwelling on life's dilemmas, questions that arose even then, the great rishis, the scientists of life, inquired as to who am I? What is this universe? What's my relationship with this universe? Is there a cause? And what's the relationship with that cause? And from that was born the science of spirituality, the science of self-knowledge, which is called as Vedanta, the acme of knowledge. We are all seeking happiness, but little do we realize that happiness is our own intrinsic nature. And not knowing of our own intrinsic nature, we roam around life after life, dimensions after dimensions, seeking this happiness, seeking this fulfillment, while all the time we don't recognize that it is our own essential nature. Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, having gained as a skeptic this knowledge from his great gurus, Swami Shivananji Maharaj and Sri Swami Taponji Maharaj in the Himalayas, thought that he, being a highly educated person, did not know the rich heritage of knowledge that was there in our Indian knowledge traditions, systems. And not knowing it, we get carried away with external paraphernalias, say of religion, of lifestyles, even pride and arrogance in our education, not realizing that until and unless we know ourselves and know the secret of unfolding our personality and recognizing our relationship with the universe and becoming productive members of society. Seeing that how even knowledge, spiritual knowledge, was disseminated amongst the public, and how the educated classes had gone so far away from their own culture, their own heritage, not knowing what richness lies in life. He thought of bringing this knowledge in English, which has become the common language of the world, in a mindset which has become very linear, this vast knowledge of the infinite potential that lies within us and that which lies in each and every one. And he brought this knowledge to the masses, from the children to the youth to the adults, for people from any background, any nationality, any background whatsoever, because it is a universal knowledge of who we truly are. So he started giving public discourses on the subject matter of self-knowledge and spreading this awareness. Chinmaya means spreading awareness around the world, and through that started many institutions of learning, of knowledge, so that we grow into that culture where we know ourselves and we contribute to the world harmony, peace and happiness.
Thank you so much, Pujya Swami Ji. It is wonderful to hear those wise words of wisdom. It's just so amazing. Swamiji, of course we know that the knowledge that you have talked about and the mission you have talked about, it is just amazing work that is done. So, just on a little bit of a personal note, is how did you get inspired to join the mission?
From childhood, I had two desires. One was to know, and that was to know about life, its purpose, its greatness. In fact, this most wonderful thing is this world and life. I wanted to know more, and the other was that I wanted to serve. Thought that the best way would be to be a teacher or be a doctor. But as my search and quest went on, I came across the Bhagavad Gita, and it was with the commentary of Swami Chinmayananda. I didn't know him at that time, but when I read his commentary, it was so relevant, it was so applicable to life. I could unravel the mysteries of my own mind. Also, solution to life's dilemmas, problems, etc. And I was so fascinated by reading his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. And soon after, he came into the city where I was, and I got to hear his discourses. Amazing teacher, amazing guru, most amazing orator, able to reach out and remove the doubts that arise in our mind so logically, so relevant to our times, that I kept on listening to him. And then when I went for his spiritual camps in our ashrams such as Siddhbadi, and I saw his work, and the work was from the most rural, left out villages, in all fields that were essential in our life. So from the rural development, village development, to the education system through schools, here was a person who gave such high spiritual knowledge and got down right to the grassroots levels to help the society grow, discover themselves, make themselves self-sufficient, and spread that prosperity, joy and happiness around. Seeing his work from such levels and seeing here a person whose literally 21 hours was dedicated to the people who never took even a single day of holiday. It was just amazing watching such a personality, such an awesome personality, that all that the scriptures point out about a man of realization, I could see such a person at work, constantly in love with humanity and all the creatures of the world, in fact, and how his life was dedicated in this service. I felt if I could be even a part of that service, I think my life would be fulfilled. And that's why I joined our Vedanta course in Sandipani, which we have in Mumbai as well as in Siddhbari and in various languages, and joined the Sandipani where young people are given the deep knowledge of Vedanta, as I already explained, the very acme of knowledge, so that we can dedicate our life in the service of the world. And that's how I joined Chinmaya Mission.
Once again, thank you so much, Swamiji. What an inspirational story there of how you joined the mission. And of course, when you have that conviction within you, you will always follow through. And following through today, Swamiji, you are the global head of Chinmaya Mission. And just one question in context of, I know, with being a global head, you have to look after the interest of all your chapters and worldwide. But here, because we are in Queensland, so, I would be a little bit interested in knowing what your vision may be for Australia and particularly Queensland.
In fact, before I became the global head of the mission, I was in Australia as the regional head of all these areas, and Australia has a great place in my heart. I lived here for a number of years, traveling from here to various parts of the world. We set our mission in Melbourne and Sydney after Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda visited there, and the grassroots activities of the mission to give children values, develop their character, and build a strong foundation for their life where they become positive contributors of society and great achievers with peace within and spreading joy and happiness not only to the family but to the world around us. For that, Pujya Gurudev started what we call as Bal Vihars. In a way, Sunday schools where children come and live with peers or learn with their peers all the cultural beauty, heritage, and find means to develop this as a family. So we have family programs where the children, the teenagers, the youth, and family members come, study this knowledge, study themselves, and find application in the various stages of life, from their studies to their career, to their job, to their family fulfillment, and to their social contribution to society. So this is what we do in Australia. And Brisbane chapter, even though Gurudev had personally come here, and his last visit to Australia was supposed to come to Brisbane, but Brisbane situation at that time somehow, and he went to Sydney. And Brisbane has been a chapter from the last 10-15 years which has been growing. Sydney and Melbourne have progressed with reaching out to many people, and so is now the Brisbane chapter of Chinmaya Mission. We conduct various classes here. We call them classes. The satsang groups are there where children, youth, adults join together, and having gained this knowledge, having grown together as a support community, in whichever field they are, to be able to express their happiness, their service, and their development. Because when I transform, the world transforms. So with that vision, Chinmaya chapter in Brisbane is conducting various sessions. And presently I've been here conducting various lectures on maintaining balance in life and how we can maintain in every aspect of our life, and most important, our mental equipoise in all situations of life. So this knowledge of Vedanta is being imparted from children and now even to toddlers, and you'll be amazed how they can learn, how they can grow into these great values, universal value systems that make us human beings, that make us people who live in harmony with the universe, not aggrandizing the universe, but being a part of this great, wonderful, as we may say, the very body of God Himself, and that's the world.
And yes, you have rightfully mentioned the Swamiji, the great Indian knowledge system, and through those classes that through the children to adults, even to toddlers. So such vast knowledge, and there is so much to be learned. Through the Vedanta, as you have mentioned, many different sections of the knowledge, including music, chanting and all those things. So how relevant is that knowledge and imparting of that into today's society, when today's society has become a very fast-paced and result-focused world?
In fact, wherever society is, the result, what we need from everything that we do is peace and happiness within and without. And this is that knowledge which shows you and gives you the goal, the purpose of life, as well as means by which we can discover this happiness. Without this happiness, all achievements are meaningless, as we are recognizing now. So therefore, and this is a knowledge which is not post-mortem. It's not after death you will gain some happiness. We want happiness here and now. We want to see happiness around us. And therefore, this knowledge is relevant here and now. And we must always remember that all our experiences in life, all our achievements in life is through our mind. As our mind, so is our world. The world is nothing but the expression of all our minds, the total mind. Master the mind and we can face any challenges and problems in life. In fact, no challenge becomes a problem for us. This science of spirituality, which is called as yoga, not just the physical exercises that people understand as yoga, the yoga of love, the yoga of knowledge, the yoga by which we not only master our equipments, but integrate our equipments so that we have that incredible ability, power of the mind, not only to express our potential in our material success in life, not only attain success but significance, greatness. And that capacity is there in each and every one of us. And our great scientists of life, the rishis, Our great teachers, the gurus, have shown us that master this mind and you have mastered the universe. Not as an invader, not as a conqueror, but having conquered your mind, no situation in life becomes a problem. No achievement is impossible. In fact, with such a mind, you can discover your infinite nature. And therefore, that possibility is there in this life itself. We've got such potential within us, and we hardly use even a fraction of our abilities and talents. With our minds so fixed to such small little results, when our achievements can be far greater, when rather than dwelling on changing situations, to discover that which is changeless within all of us.
Swamiji, that is just amazing. Of course, as you have mentioned, that there's so much within us which is hidden, which needs to be brought out, and we always need a guru in life to show us that path. Swamiji, so the mission, Chinmaya Mission, has dedicated year 2021 to spread the message of Holy Gita by Pujya Guruji Swami Chinmaya Anand Ji. So what can we do that Bhagavad Gita becomes a ready handbook in today's youth, not only youth, and even as one of the points you mentioned before was managing the manager, even in daily life, and of course in principles of management and other things as well. So how do we, what can we do?
First and foremost, at least people who know about or even know that there is a great textbook such as the Gita, which is a manual of life. All those of you who have even heard about the Gita, try to acquire this copy of the Gita, and Chinmaya Mission is now giving it to you freely online if you want it. Immediately go online to the Chinmaya Mission and to any of the bookstores, online platforms, and download the Bhagavad Gita. It is available from our mission centers even in Brisbane. You can log on to our website and try to get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. We have also on our Chinmaya channel and Chinmaya Clicks YouTube channel discourses on the Bhagavad Gita available of Swami Chinmayananda, my discourses also, where get elaborate insight into this knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita and how relevant it is to your life right now. Study it, live it, be a demonstration of it, and spread it to the maximum people. The earlier in life, and I'm very happy to tell you that now schools are adapting these courses on this knowledge, which is beyond any caste, creed, race, etc. because it is knowledge of the self which is the same in everyone. It deals with our life solutions that is the same for everyone. So, try to get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita with Swami Chinmayananda's commentary, explanation which is so relevant that any person, and it's available in various different languages also. Spread this knowledge. Spread it to all cultures. In fact, people from various backgrounds have known the greatness of it. Even in universities around the world, Bhagavad Gita is considered not only as the greatest philosophical book, but the greatest source of learning how its application can be in every field of our life, including corporate management. Therefore, benefit from it, learn it, live it, spread it.
And such wise words, in management as well. In fact, I had at one stage attended a seminar which was run by a Chinese lady, and towards the end she looked at me as the only person of Indian origin, and she said, everything that I've said here today, or the principle of the whole seminar, was based on Gita. So quite rightfully, it is on us now to spread that word out there. So, and Swamiji, today's interview we're conducting in English so that we can reach out to the wider community as well. As you have rightfully mentioned, that we should get this message out to as many people as we can. So we have lots of followers on our Brisbane Indian Times and Australian Indian Radio. So in conclusion, what would be your message to all our readers and viewers?
First of all, find out the closest Chimya Mission activities that are taking place around the city and all over the Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. We have sessions for children, youth, adults. Be a part of it. It's a family for our growth. You can come from any background, any religion, any race. It doesn't matter. It is knowledge for yourself. So join in, and the only message I have to give is be happy and spread happiness to everybody.
Be happy and spread the message of happiness. Swamiji, today we are honored, and it has been such a great privilege for us to have you and your talk right here on Australian Indian Radio, and I just cannot express the heartfelt thanks for the agreeing to be on the show, coming on the show, and talking about this great message of Gita. Hari Om, Dhanyavad.
Hari Om, and very, very delighted to be on your radio station and TV station, and I invoke the blessings of the Supreme on all of you. Hari Om.
So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. What an enlightening and inspiring talk. So stay tuned, and we will manage more, and we will probably try and see if we can bring more. And it is just wonderful. Dinesh Bhai, yes, the interview could have been longer. We could just keep managing it was just so wonderful and so inspiring and so enlightening. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's goodbye from us from this channel at this point in time. Until our next show, it's goodbye from me. Stay blessed.